Welcome back, you guys, to another YouTube channel with Ricky's Fan Bam. Today we're gonna be doing another reaction channel, another reaction video. Looks like you guys liked the last one, so we're gonna go ahead and look at the news and see what we find here. Let's see. Bad night for Trump. Kemp Raffensperger win. Georgia premieres. Not interested. U.S. Attorney charges 19 alleged drug money laundering conspiracy. Steph Curry shares moment with Steve Kerr after powerful speech. East Bay High School cheer team accused of racist stunt. Okay, we'll go back to that. Let's see. What was that? Workers see missing New York woman skeleton through window. What? Let's take a look here. It says, workers see missing New York woman skeleton through the window. What does that mean? New York. The skeleton of New York City woman who was reported missing in January was discovered accidentally by workers 3 months later while they were doing maintenance outside her bedroom window at the public housing complex in Queens. Next stars WPIX has now learned the woman Marilyn Mitchell, 54, may have been dead since August 2012. However, that's the last time a page was turned on her calendar. Edmond police search for road rage. That's not. Oh wait. Edmond police search for road rage suspect who threw a rock at other driver. Apparently her windows were open, so the men on the scaffolding saw her in her bed dead, says Simon Bess Jones, one of Michael's foster sister. The discovery in apartment 7H was made on April 26. Bess Jones and another foster sister said they first became concerned about Michael in June 2020 as the first wave of the pandemic was ebbing. They said McMichael called them saying she wanted to go to the hospital. Let's see. So they didn't notice her missing till June 2020 and dead since August 2020. So let's see. Oh, they became concerned about her June 2020. Okay. She had a history of emotional problems. They added they wanted to take her to the hospital. Sherman said she didn't sound sick at all. She sounded a little maniac or a little manic, and I was trying to explain to her they're not accepting people at the hospital. Oklahoma father of 2 killed in deadly motorcycle crash. I think these little blue ones are just random other ones. Said that Bess Jones did go to the apartment on the 7th floor of the South Jamaica house and knocked on the door. They kept calling and got no response. We would never get her to come to the door, Bess Jones said, adding to this was not unusual behavior from her. She wanted to talk to us for years because she didn't want to. She wouldn't talk to us for years because she didn't want to. But the sister became concerned as the pandemic stretched beyond the second year. On January 26th, I'm going to try to say this name, Mike Elrath and Bess Jones decided to file a missing person report and call 911, meeting and housing police officers at 10656 and 160th Street in the basement of New York City Housing Authority office. Told them that she hadn't paid rent for over a year. Oh shit. Like, my thing is, if she was supposedly dead since August and you're coming back in January, like, even like, yeah, the landlord, like, he was never like, bro, no one's came in and out of this apartment, like, what's going on? No one's paying rent, the bills, like, the mailbox, like, they didn't notice any of those. Like, that's like August, September, October, November, December, January. That's 6 months. Like, No one. Yeah, August, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, 6 months. Like that's I don't get it. That's like mind-boggling. Like, how you not notice all that? The sister said they met resistance when they tried to file a police report because NYCHA said they weren't next of kin. They said my parents were on the emergency card. Bess Jones noted, and then know why they both been dead for over 20 years. But Best Jones. Is the name Best? Okay, I don't know. Jones said that the police officer was on his phone at one point, saying he was waiting to finish this stupid call. The sister convinced NYCHA managers and the officer to go with them to the 7th floor, but Bess Jones recalled the master key didn't work on the door. And they never tried again. Like, they didn't try to like knock the door down. Like, come on now. Like, what's going on? Like, white people. I don't know. Anyway, and they said that they had an investigator that would find her. When construction workers saw the skeleton 3 months later, the sister said Michael's neighbor notified them of the discovery. She was treated to me less than human. McElrath said, "You treat a dog better than that." Okay, a source told that NYCHA was an emergency service team that can breach a door to do wellness checks. That's what I just said. Like, why weren't they like just breaching in? Neighbors told police that they hadn't seen McMichael in more than a year. Come on, like, what are we doing? The medical examiner officer confirmed it was conducting a test on McMichael's skeleton and said it could be 4 to 6 months before a cause of death is confirmed. Like, she's already been dead by now, like close to like a year, and now you gotta wait 6 more months to even find out how she died. Like, then if they're gonna try to bury her after that, and that's just crazy. It's just crazy how much time went by and like no one like ever decided to be like, hey yo, what's going on? Like, should we be worried? Should we be doing anything? Like, okay. Okay, let's see. The medical examiner officer confirmed the test of Michael's skeleton, said it could be 4 to 6 months before a cause of death confirmed. Michael's sister announced her death on Facebook, said that friends who knew the 4 sisters from Hollis would know that the Marilyn Michael had passed on. We wanted her to have a voice through us, knowing I was here and I had a life on this earth. Sherman McElrath said, "We grew up in foster care in the same home, and we were a family." Bess emphasized 4 girls. According to Bess, police said Michael might have been on vacation during the period she was missing. Not hearing from her was not uncommon. Bess noted a couple of years would go by. She was particular and peculiar. A WPIX crew visited the NYCHA office in the basement of 10656 160th Street and asked to speak to the supervisor, but was asked to leave the building. When contacted Monday, press secretly, Barbara Brancaccio told WPIX to reach out to the NYPD for more information, as it is a police matter. Wrote back in the ass would have some room. I hope that they figure it out. I also hope that if they ever come to anything like this again, like after 3 days, if you haven't heard of the person, break in there, like find out what's going on. Like, that's so unfair, like for the person and for everybody. Like, that's just ain't right. But let's see here. A gunman posted image of guns just days ago on social media. This is on a shooting. Let's see.
10-year-old Salvador Ramos that he attended. Well, what we do know is that the shooter is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, that he attended the high school there in Uvalde, that he obviously lived in the community, at some point lived in North Dakota and moved there. We are told, and we have found these images that have been from his Instagram page that has since been taken down, but he posted 3 days ago, apparently, images of two assault rifles that he had recently purchased.
My thing is, like, I get it. Like, bear arms is a thing. People want to bear arms. But why do we need, like, assault rifles? You know what I mean? I get, like, a handgun and stuff. And I get that assault rifles are probably fun to shoot. You know? Like, if you go to, like, the shooting range and stuff. But why do you need like... Let's say you were sleeping and somebody breaks into your house or whatever. You probably have a handgun like close to you. I don't see anybody having an assault rifle just hanging out and getting ready to go. Like, and especially an 18-year-old. Like, an 18-year-old, like, there's so many irresponsible 18-year-olds. Like, how would you even have an 18-year-old like own an assault rifle? But and now this guy owns two, or owned. Now they're taken away.
According to the state senator from that area of Uvalde, that one of the first things this man did when he turned 18 was go out and purchase these weapons. They were bought legally. They were bought at according to this state senator, at a federally licensed.
See, and like, not only did they approve a gun, they approved two guns legally. Like, he had the right to have both of these guys. I don't know why you would need this, but I don't know.
Firearms dealer, that he had no problems getting this weaponry, but these could very well be the weapons that were used in the shootout today, and that they're also monitoring. He was told, this state senator was told by the Texas Rangers state troopers, that they were also monitoring and looking into threats that were made over social media in recent days, and warning that students should be looking out. So those are the kinds of things that we're learning and trying to follow up on right now tonight.
To me, it's just scary, the fact that, like,
what we do know is that
you expect your kids to go to school and that they're going to be safe at school. And now it's just crazy how they got all kinds of, like, active shooters everywhere now. And it's scary. Like, let's say my wife was a teacher. I'd be scared for her to go to school, you know, knowing that she's just sitting in a room with like 30 like little kids, and then someone could just burst in there and just like start shooting everywhere. Like, that's some scary stuff. Or even my son, he's at school, and you know, I'm miles away, and I'm at work or whatever, and then there's like an active shooter. Like, that's not okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be, because if we say that we want to keep our kids at home and do like at home learning, and everybody just like logs in from home, then I guess, like, you know, it's kind of hard for an active shooter to go into everybody's home to like kill a bunch of little kids or to do damage. But at the same time, now your kids are all going to be antisocial, because they're not going to be able to socialize and get to meet people, and they're going to grow up to be like awkward when it comes to like socializing with other people. Like, that's just not right either. So this whole active shooting stuff, I feel like it's sad, it's very negative, and it shouldn't be happening. And I feel like it should begin with like trying to put like some sort of regulation of the weapons that were like this guy got two of those assault rifles like legal, like just legally at 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even drink alcohol at 18 technically, and he is legal to buy all these guns, and look what he did now. Like, he
While the Republican gubernatorial primary in Georgia is a must-watch race today, the de facto Democratic nominee for governor there, Stacey Abrams, sparked some criticism from the right over remarks that she made on Saturday. Take a listen.
I am tired of hearing about being the best state in the country to do business when we are the worst state in the country to live. Now, somebody's going to try to PolitiFact me on this, so let me contextualize. When you're number 48 for mental health, when you're number one for maternal mortality, when you have an incarceration rate that's on the rise and wages that are on the decline, then you're not the number one place to live.
NBC News senior digital politics reporter.
I see what she did there. She was kind of just like being honest and using the numbers, that like where they're at. Maybe she should say that shouldn't be where they want to live. Maybe she should have said like, this is where we need to figure out how to figure out those issues so we wouldn't have those issues as bad in that state. But like she said, like she needed to kind of clarify it because it would have gone even worse if she wouldn't have said something. But now, I mean, she's still criticized. Yes.
Reporter Alex Seitzwald joins us now. Alex, of course, this showdown in Georgia is dominating our news cycle. How are Abrams' Republican rivals responding to these comments? I mean, she contextualized it. She explained what she meant. She talked about the impact of mortality rates on women there. She explained it, but what are they sort of picking apart about that? How is that reaction resonating?
Yeah, Morgan. Republicans are roasting Stacey Abrams over these comments. She was responding to Governor Brian Kemp, who she ran against in 2018 and might run against again in November, who has really been touting the state of Georgia's economy. Unemployment is low. Lots of businesses are coming. And she's saying, that's all fine, but what about all these other metrics?
That part. That makes sense. See, like, and I get it now. So it looks like she's running again in this race and she wants to get the right voters, which is good, and I can see the guy's point of view where it's like, okay, a lot of businesses come this way, we can make money and the economy for the state could look good. But at the same time, if the mental health is not good, like, they should go that way, like, and figure that part out so that they could have better mental health in that state, so that they could do business maybe in a more clear mind or state of mind. So I see her point of view, like, why keep bringing in more, right? More money, more problems. And it's kind of true in this situation. The more they're going to take on, the more crime, the more. So I could see I could see her point of view now.
But the words that she used are certainly raising some eyebrows.
Definitely, yes. The word choice in this one was probably not the greatest, but I feel like she is just over it, like to the top, to the brim, and she just exploded and just said it how she felt. It is what it is.
Stephen Miller, Donald Trump's former speechwriter, called it perhaps the worst campaign slogan of all time. And take a listen at what David Perdue, the other Republican running for governor, had to say about it.
I'm sure this guy, whatever he's gonna say, I haven't seen this. I'm watching this with you guys, but whatever they're gonna say, it's not gonna be like, it's gonna be so negative about her. Watch.
Did y'all see what Stacey said this weekend? Said that Georgia's the worst place in the country to live. Hey, she ain't from here. Let her go back where she came from. She doesn't like it here.
See. And that sucks, especially because she's in a race. She's not even from Georgia. And if this guy's from Georgia, that might just tip the cup over, and he might just be onto something. She gave him the ammo.
The only thing she wants is to be president of the United States. She doesn't care about the people in Georgia. That's clear. When we saw in 2018 what she did and what she said, we're going to have a blue wave, we're going to do it with documented and undocumented workers. I don't think a lot of people in Georgia understood it. When she told black farmers, you don't need to be on the farm, and she told black workers in hospitality and all this, you don't need to be, she is demeaning her own race when it comes to that.
So that last comment there from David Perdue, demeaning her own race, is particularly getting attention and actually overshadowing Abrams' own comments, with lots of people, including the New York Times, calling it overtly racist. It is an odd note, to say the least, for David Perdue to potentially be ending his campaign on. Observers have noted he ended his last campaign by talking about Kamala Harris, calling her Kamala Malama. making fun of her name, and now telling her, to kind of go back to where she came from. To be clear, she was born in Wisconsin, raised in Mississippi, went to high school in Georgia, went to college in Georgia, has lived in Georgia her entire adult life. So she is a Georgia resident, and you might disagree with what she has to say.
Yeah, see, what she said, it doesn't mean that she doesn't like Georgia, doesn't want to be in Georgia. She does actually care about Georgia very much, to the point where she is aware of the mental health where it stands at this point, to promote it in a way that we should be focusing on that, and we should be pushing forward. Now, the other guy, he doesn't look like a very good guy, to be honest. Just the way he antagonized, and the way he's just taking all of this, just to make it look even darker, and just to make it look bad on her. Like, nah, that shouldn't have worked like that. Like, I get it though. It is a raise a campaign. You're trying to get the votes in. You're trying to, get that chair. So, I just hope there's more people that could understand and break things down better, to understand what they're voting for when it comes down to voting. I'm not in Georgia. I mean, I don't know. It's not. I could say it's not going to affect me that much right now, but at the end of the day, these are people that are climbing up the ladder to become presidents eventually. So we got to be careful when they're, where they're at before they get up here, and then next thing you know, they're running the White House, and we could have been like, damn, we saw this coming, because back in 2022, we saw this campaign go down the way it went down, and we could have stopped it then. So that's just my point of view. Let's finish watching this video.
About the state, but she has grounds to stand on.
I do want to make two things clear. Contextually and historically speaking, when you tell black people to go where they come from, that is a racist dog whistle. I don't even think that it...
See my point? Like, that guy at the end, very disrespectful guy. Like, her comments were, like I said, they were just not very well written out, the way she said them. And maybe she should have used a better play of words in that situation. But this guy, he knew exactly what he was doing, and the way he said the things that he said, they just shouldn't fly. And I mean, there's gonna be people that's gonna be voting for him, but you should really look into who you're voting for. Like, let's keep it 100 here. Like, there's just some people that was not right.
It can be subvertive in any way. It is an overt comment of racism, and saying someone is demeaning their race is, of course, a racist comment. And I think we should be clear about how we characterize those things, as always. Alex Seiswald, thank you so much.
And I think that's actually the real issue in this video, is what that guy said, not what she said. Like I said, I feel like I'm going back to the same thing, but I don't know who's helping her write her speeches, or maybe, like I said, maybe she's just talking emotionally up there, and just said how she really felt. But that guy, he prepared for that. He knew what he was going to go out there and do. He knew what he was going to go out there and say, and the way he said those things just ain't right. Like, that shouldn't have been said that way. Like, he should really think about it. Like, he could hurt. I'm sure a lot of people heard it and are hurt from the way he said that, and that it's not getting as much attention as it should be getting attention. Like that. Like she just stated right here that was a racial comment. Like, the way telling people to go back from where they came from is racial. Like, the way he expressed himself was just not right at all. So there you go, you guys. This was my that was my video for today, me reacting to the news. I hope that everybody just stays safe out there. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment down below. Tell me how you feel about the comments, or about the missing woman. Should they broken into that house, or her house, after a couple days, or should they waited those 8 months the way they did until they found a skeleton? Like, that's just ridiculous. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100 subs, and thanks to you guys for watching. Stay Stay tuned for the next one. I'm out.